Hello and welcome back to another episode from the Studio Block server. My name is Weird and Bearded, and today we are going to be doing some more work over at the chest because we've got a lot to get done. And as you can see, we have already started. We have the sand in place, which we did in a recent live stream, but also the water. So sand and water in place, that basically gives us a canvas to work from. And we've got quite a lot of water because I want to build quite a big ship, and that is the plan for today. I have no ship design in mind. We're going to be building it up as we go. Because hopefully by the end of today, we will have a ship. Now there's a couple things to talk about first. Well, one thing to talk about and one thing to do. We said this was going to be 3 months, which means it would be ending at the end of October. We have decided to give ourselves a 2-week extension, which became official last night and made me very happy. This is for various reasons. One of the big ones, quite frankly, we're going to want to have a group recording at the end of this. And it's looking like the weekend that this is due to finish, I might be moving house, which kind of disrupts everything. So yeah, we're giving ourselves an extra 2 weeks. But that doesn't mean we can take our foot off the pedal. There is still a lot to do. So first of all, before I can build a ship, we need somewhere for the ship to stop. So I want to turn all of this section into a dock. By which I mean I'm going to cover it all with spruce trap doors. Probably replace this bit with some spruce stairs so we can go up a little bit. And then have a couple of jetties going out at right angles to each other because we're at weird angles here. So I'm going to get that done, and then we'll be back. I am so happy with this dock. This has come out really nicely. Very simple design, but that's what I want for this. So initially, I just got to get everything in. I can make things look fancy later if I've got time, but I'm well aware that I'm on a time limit. So yeah, we've covered this with the trapdoors, and every now and then there's a light hidden underneath. I don't know where. Somewhere there's a light. Surely it's going to be... There we go. We got some trim lights in place just to keep everything lit up. Then we got the docks going back with a load of lanterns to again keep everything nice and lit up and keep it looking good. So that is the dock in place. We're going to deal with the land later. Now it's our ocean, so I'm going to take some measurements. I suspect I'm going to be building the ship out from here. I mean, obviously I have to see it a bit, but in that direction rather than that direction, I think I've got a bit more room. But I'm going to figure out where I've got the most space, because why not make this ship nice and big? We've got the height for it. And yeah, I'll get a basic outline in place. This is going to be fun. This is not the sort of thing I normally build, so doing it freehand. I'm looking forward to the challenge. It's taken a few iterations, but I am quite happy with that shape, and also really happy that this wall has lots of perching spots for me to come and look down upon the build. It's a big ship. Let's not deny that. So from my research ships, you tend to be looking at sort of 30-40 meters. I've doubled the size because I can and I want to, and it will hopefully allow me to get a bit more detail in. So I'm thinking ahead. It's not just about the build competition. We can always improve this afterwards if we have run out of time. But now that we've got the basic shape in, and I spent a little bit of time on the positioning as well, so we're going to have difficulties with the hull no matter what because the water is quite shallow and I really don't have time to dig. But it's also quite a way out from the dock. That's because I want a gangplank from 2 stories up. They're going to be fairly small stories because that tends to be what happens on a ship. But that should give us, hopefully, a nice gangplank. So next, I think, now I've got the basic shape in, let's fill out the framework. So then we're really going to get an idea of the size of it. And then hopefully just filling in the gaps shouldn't be a huge issue. Hopefully. I am so happy with this. I think this is looking really, really good. Especially considering I've not been following any plans or anything. This has all been done freehand. And it's quite long for a ship. Most people tend to stick with reality for a ship. But I've gone about twice the size. So hopefully it all works. Obviously, I've had a bit of difficulty with the hull because I'm in shallow water, but I should be able to make that work. We've got, what, 5 floors above the water and then 3 below. This is going to be fun. I'm going to need a lot of resources, so I'm going to go collect some resources and then I think we'll be ready to go. I don't know what resources, of course. I'll probably be going to collect more resources as I fill everything in. But I have an idea for 5 basic resources to collect. So obviously, more spruce. I'm thinking of having oak for the main decks for some differentiation. Some cobbled deep slate I think could work well for cannons. And then for some decorative bits, yellow and brown terracotta, possibly yellow and red terracotta. I think I'll gather both brown and red, and I can make a decision at the time. So I'm going to get that stuff collected, and then I think it's time to build. It is done. It is complete. And considering I had no plan going into it, I'm quite happy with it. Now, there are areas that do not look good. I'm not going to kid myself. There are times where I looked at it and went, oh, that looks bad. But for now, we're just going to check it off of our to-do list. And if you've got time before the challenge finishes, we'll come back and we'll fix things in various places. So let's do a little tour. So, of course, we've got a gangplank. It's quite a long gangplank, because the ship is quite a big ship. We have plenty of cannons along the side. This is a 64 cannon ship, and the cannons are very big. But I like them. They make me happy. We've got a little hatch down here for things to be delivered. So I was actually originally going to be making the cannons out of cobbled deep slate. I decided stone would be better. We do still have the cobbled deep slate in the build, though. We'll get to that later. So then up here, I just, as I've approached, just realised this should really be at the back. This is for steering the ship. And the tillers at the back. We'll probably get that moved. But not now, because as I said, for now, we're all done. We got a little bit at the front, which is going to crash through that wall. Because we're pretending the wall isn't there. You know, you work with me here. Work with me. We have our masts. I have deliberately walked off the edge. I've deliberately not put sails up there because if people do use this as sets, it'd be nice for them to be able to put up the sails that they feel appropriate. And then we got a ladder here going up to a crow's nest. It is a long climb because masts are big. Who knew? So yeah, we've got our little crow's nest area up here. I've been enjoying using the diagonal fences. And then we fall back to the bottom because it's faster. We can head up here. I haven't decided what to do with this space. So for now, it's just lit up. Same with the floor above. And same with this area. So again, if we've got time, if we've got ideas, we'll fill in the space. I'm not particularly bothered about doing interiors. I've done interiors for quite a few areas, but I'm not particularly bothered about them. So same with here. I've not actually done an interior in here. I am thinking of making this sort of the captain's office area. I think could work quite nicely. And then through the doors on the other side, we do actually start to get some furnishings in place. So here I have kind of a eating area. You know, simple tables and chairs. Then down here we have our first floor of cannons. Oh, I forgot to put the lanterns up properly. Imagine the lanterns are hanging off the ceiling. I'll get that sorted in a bit. I definitely want to have that done. And we've got the cobbled deep slate to represent piles of cannon balls. So yeah, this goes all the way along, and then there'll be a staircase down to our second floor of cannons. We've got stairs down on either side. So then down here we have our main sleeping area. So we've got lots of beds with some storage underneath the beds. And basically that's all of these rooms. So loads and loads of storage. And then at the back, I mean, we've got an extra sleeping area, but then we've got some more storage on either side. I've occasionally thrown in a composter just to, you know, change things up a little bit. And then down here we have some more sleeping areas, and then lots of storage with some weird places to sleep. And then through here, this is our kitchen. And then finally, we have some stairs down to the bottom of the ship, just in case they need to do any repairs. And by that I mean I had no idea what to do down there, but as I went down those stairs just now, I had a thought. It can be if they need to do any repairs. And of course, all the masts go all the way through the ship, because they need to be supported. And yeah, no plans, just building. I made a ship. I'm really happy. I'm going to put some of these lights up while we talk about the end. So I'll probably just put them up along the middle. Oh, a little detail I also included. Let's get that light into place. On this floor, we've got extra support beams to account for the weight of the cannons. It's not needed on the floor below because we've got the walls from the various rooms. So that has worked out nicely. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time.